Welcome back. I'm Cassandra Deershaw, and you are watching The Edge. Every year, there is a day at EdTech where we can feel the walls shake and hear the loud roar of engines. Laura Roberts went out and found out more about what the noise is all about.
Squealing tires, cheering crowds, and roaring engines. These are the sounds of the annual drag races here at EdTech.
Drag races are acceleration races between two vehicles from a standing start to a finish line, a predetermined finish line, often a quarter mile or an eighth of a mile.
This year, several experienced drivers came to show students what modified cars can do in a safe environment.
I thought the drag races were really cool. I was really glad to experience something like that. I like fast cars that are loud and trying to do wheelies, doing burnouts. It was actually really awesome.
The goal for teachers is to show students different areas in the auto industry and, of course, to have a good time.
The drag races relate to my class because we get to experience motors and how they work a lot.
One of the popular stunts they perform is the burnout.
Burnouts are a favorite. Burnouts are an exercise where you roll across a little water and heat the tires by holding the front brake. You spin the back tires till smoke comes off and the tire gets real hot.
Overall, the annual drag races are a great way to integrate learning with fun and motivate students to continue with the trade.
Don't listen to them guys that talk to you to bring you down. Don't ever give up.
Reporting for The Edge, I'm Laura Roberts.
And the excitement doesn't end there. Soon students will be visited by some motorcycle land speed record holders. In other news, health occupation students got a real-world experience not far from the classroom. Our own Felicia Pryor has more on the story.
On Thursday, October 21st, students from Advanced Health Occupations teamed up with the school nurse, Mrs. Brewer, to help out in the special ed wing.
The health oc students will be taking blood pressures, taking pulses, doing the weights, measuring their heights. They might even do some after they've exercised to see the difference in the blood pressures, to make sure it's not getting too high, that the kids are exercising, because we do have exercise programs.
The Health Oc students got to work hands-on with the other students to get the feel of what doing things like this is actually like. They recorded all of the stats they got just like they would in a real job.
This would help the students in the healthcare field by seeing maybe if they wanted to go into pediatric nursing, if they wanted to do other types of nursing, maybe be interested in school nursing.
This gave students the opportunity to see what being a school nurse is like.
I learned that you kind of have to talk through it while you're doing blood pressures because they're not really sure on what you're doing, so you have to talk through it.
I really liked the experience. I loved all those because they were so cool.
I'm Felicia Pryor reporting for The Edge.
On October 21st, the mobile dentist visited Lapeer County EdTech. The dentist comes twice a year to provide teeth cleanings to students. Health Delivery Incorporated of Saginaw brought the services to the center.
And they come in to schools that underprivileged people or even privileged people, just so that kids can see a dentist rather than the parents trying to get them to them, they come to them.
2 hygienists and 1 dentist handled the examinations. An assistant managed all the paperwork with some advanced health occupation students. Making rolls, building houses, and working on the news. Sebastian Obodi has more from the news desk to fill you in on these stories.
Thanks, Cassie, and welcome back to the news desk. New this year to EdTech is the National Technical Honor Society. Our Tiana Houghton has more on the story.
NTHS is the National Technical Honor Society, and we now have it here at the Lapeer County EdTech. Mrs. Marcola Pickla held an introduction meeting for all of the students eligible at EdTech, where the students learned about the application process.
There's an application. You'll have to write an essay. There's an application and 2 recommendations that have to be turned in by October 29th to the Student Services. We go through the applications and we have to recommend that you're in National Technical Honor Society in order to be in.
The purpose of NTHS is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, promote leadership, develop character in the students of the technical schools, and more.
The majority this year, we're kind of focusing on the scholarship part of the program so that all seniors will be eligible to apply for scholarships through the National Technical Honor Society. There will be community service that will be required. That will be set up at a later date with the actual members of the NTHS once they're recommended and picked at our first meeting.
Reporting for The Edge, I'm Tiana Houghton.
6 digital media arts students attended Journalism Day in Lansing. Journalism Day is an annual event held by the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association.
For Journalism Day, we went down to Lansing. We got to go to different classes and have speakers tell us. They gave us advice about how to work for DMA, and we learned a lot of tips from them.
This is the first year that DMA has gone to the conference, and they plan to go again. There's one class that has wasted no time hammering away. 4 weeks ago, Mr. Shadley's class began working on building a pavilion for the Lapeer Township Hall. Each day, students spend just over an hour on site with the intention to gain real job site experience, as well as to go out and help the community. The class expects to finish by November 15th. Outstanding work has been recognized and awarded for Lapeer County's FFA. From Tuesday, October 19th to Saturday, October 23rd, 4 students from AgriScience traveled to the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis. They competed in floriculture for the 2010 FFA Nationals. At Nationals, the top 7 teams earned gold recognition. Lapeer County Ed Tech team came in 5th place, earning the team gold. Olivia Saliga of North Branch placed 7th in the overall individual competition. This is the highest placing for Lapeer in the last 15 years. Excellent job. On October 21st, the culinary arts class had a special guest come in. His name was Mark Mahaffey from Michaels and Associates in Plymouth. He works with the Rich's Food Service. Mahaffey was here to teach the students about bread dough and how to use it. Students made things like bread rolls and cinnamon rolls, but we will have more about that in our next episode. That's all we have from the news desk this week. Make sure to come back next time and catch up on our culinary and construction class. Thanks. Back to you, Cassie.
Thanks, Sebastian. Ghosts, Princesses, and Superheroes filled the halls of EdTech on October 28th. It was the annual trick-or-treating day for Teens and Tots Preschool. Early childhood students and preschoolers visited the classrooms around the center. Each classroom handed out special treats for the preschoolers. Halloween is also a night where all your fears become reality. Our reporter, Sebastian Albodi, went out to see what scares you the most about Halloween.
The thing about Halloween that scares me is anything that has to do with zombies, anything that has to do with like the dead. It's scary beyond belief.
On Halloween, I'm afraid of the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
What scares me about Halloween is probably legends of werewolves and ghosts. My house is haunted, so.
Around with my friends and we stop the car. We lock the doors usually because we don't like homicidal maniacs like coming to kill us or something, or like jumping out of the woods with like a knife.
The thing that scares me most about Halloween is the eerie darkness and the scary monsters like the boogeyman.
Let's hope no one comes in contact with their fears. That's all we have for this edition of The Edge. I'm Cassandra Deershaw, and thanks for watching.